Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome back to Byzantium here in EU4, where we're going to pick up from the last episode and continue to face it, some Egyptians. Don't take that out of context, please. Now, we're going to carpet siege all the things. Shirvan is currently beating the tar out of Hejaz, probably because they actually have tech, since, you know, they're our vassal. Yeah, they're at military tech 21. What a good vassal. Maybe not a Serbia, but definitely a good vassal for us. Doing everything a vassal, or that I would want from a vassal. Now we've almost won a siege here in Morocco, which may be enough to get them out of the war. We shall see. They're currently at negative 38% war score. They would take a white piece right now. So that means we're just going to go and carpet siege some of their stuff. And also we're going to contemplate the meaning of Figwig, like I said in the last episode. So, Figwig, yeah, what is it? What does it do? What does it mean to Figwig? What does it mean to be Figwig? Why Figwig? Why would you name a province this? Let's see, we're currently taking a tech penalty from institutions, but it would cost us 4,000 ducats to embrace manufactories, so until it spreads naturally on its own a little bit more, we're not going to be able to pick up this technology. Our truce with Qasim has ended. Well, we are their overlords, so I can't imagine that we're going to attack them for any reason. Now the thing is, if we can get a province from Morocco in this war, we can actually use this to springboard into other invasions into, like, Tunis, for example. Tunis, who is allied with Morocco, who we could then attack for the second time. Now, granted, that is Berber clay, or sand, whichever you want to call it. Oh god, I love artillery. Look at the casualty difference because we have artillery. That's just awesome. Like, those are separatists too. Glorious. Okay, so we've got the fleet with all the ships. We're gonna go send our ships back. And we're just gonna keep sieging all the things. Now, how big is their enthusiasm? They would accept giving us this province here of Ujja. And this would be nice because, like I said, we would be able to just immediately declare war on Tunis, basically, as a result of this after the war. Sure, let's do it. Just have a random province out there in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so now we're at 81%. How does Hejaz feel about piecing out? Oh yeah, they are all about it. Will you give me a province? Oh, you would. You're too kind, Hormuz. Should we take it, though? That's the real question. If we immediately went to war with Iraq after this, then we could make something. We could do something about it. Well, even with that increased coring cost, well, it is only a 7 development province. Not that any of this is worth like a ton of points, but let's start looking into a peace deal here. So, if we were to just take these 3 provinces, it would be 212 admin to core. If we could get up to 96 war score, then we could get the rest of these provinces, which would be quite nice. It would be 362 to core, which we almost have, and that would restore the Pentarchy once we converted them to Orthodox. So that may be something we look into here. We're also going to look into accepting Egyptian culture. So, yeah, let's go ahead and peace out Hejaz. See ya. I'm only gonna let you go with a clean slate. Because we're just benevolent like that. Now, would the Mamluks be willing to accept? They are still not willing to accept, and that's fine. We're just going to continue to besiege their stuff. Alright, our rebel factions have ceased to exist. Except for these Tlemceni separatists, which are... They're there now. They're a thing. We've gained trade dispute against Spain. Now, the other nice thing about this is that this acts as a nice springboard, potentially in the future, to attack Spain. And more to the point, we could actually almost attack Portugal, which would be nice. Okay, we've won a siege already. As you imagine, their castle levels aren't that great. So this will be 81 aggressive expansion, but as we've established, nobody really cares. The Mamluks will be at negative 350 aggressive expansion with us, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind. Ain't even mad. Alright, let's do it. And I remembered Cyprus this time. You're welcome, YouTube. Alright, Jerusalem has been reclaimed. Deus Vult. We gain 20 patriarch authority and 50 diplomatic power. Its capture is sure to boost the morale of all Christian peoples. Alright, the Mamluks have accepted our generous peace offer. Of course. The end of internal conflicts. Well, I'm glad their internal conflicts are over because, oh my, we are currently at 101% overextension. So, bad stuff is going to start happening to us. We messed up. But thankfully we're not that far over it. It is just one more point over 100 than we should be. Okay, we have a decision. We can get Triumph for Anatolia, finally, since we have Cyprus. Which will give us 20 prestige and 25 army tradition. Which would put us at a very nice army tradition indeed. And I'm going to do this because this gives us a reason to get very good generals. Let's go ahead and pick that up. And so now let's roll some generals with our 96 army tradition. So we have a 4-1. He's actually worse than some of our current existing generals. Okay. Let's roll another one. A 4-3-3-1. Still not really as good as we would hope from... See, this is just not the kind of, like, army... This is not the leader I need out of a 96 army tradition. I guess the final tick is at 100, but let's roll one more. We get a 5-3-6-2. Alright. That is a general I can get behind. Now, the question is, who is he going to replace? He's basically a better version of the person already leading the Serbian army, but is there somebody else with fewer pips that he could replace instead? And I think the answer is yes. On Legio 3, you know, the Italian Legion, I think definitely there's some room for improvement here. And then we'll go ahead and delete this guy. You know what? I'm feeling lucky. Let's roll one more. He's a 3-4-3. Mistakes were made. Okay, I'm done rolling generals. So, how crazy high is this guy's... so, he turns the weight of this army from 37 into 31. That is impressive. I love that about maneuver. It is quite nice. Conquest of Jerusalem, which gives us another missionary and yearly prestige. We can pick up the next diplomatic tech. Awesome. We are starting to fall behind in administrative technology, though. Alright, we've gained 1 stability from the unity of faith. Since the government of our empire officially began encouraging worship and focusing life on the one true Orthodox faith, our people feel more secure in their daily lives and with each other. So yeah, we gain stability. Awesome. Oh, widespread opposition. So our overextension is causing problems. We're going to lose stuff until we finish coring this province in 1667. So hopefully not too many more events tied to this, but you know, again, mistakes were made. And now we're just going to start saving money to get, you know, cheaper tech, basically. Now, thankfully, a lot of our provinces are gaining the institutions, which is really nice. Slowly but surely, and over time we will be able to pick this up. Now, we're at kind of a crossroads because we need to decide, well, basically, we need to just start focusing on actually getting tech. Because we really would like to get diplomatic tech or admin tech 22 at some point, and absolute monarchy is a good government type as well. All right, so we could get army tradition, lose navy tradition, and gain 5 navy tradition. Well, obviously, if I'd known this was happening, honestly, I feel like we go for the 100 army tradition here. Even though it's going to decay, we can now hire the maximum level of generals and get a 6-3. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh dear. What a monster. Yeah, so we're gonna put you on. Okay, we're gonna hire another one. It is a 2-3-6. I have to. A 6-6-4. We have hired a god among men. Truly, a god among men. Now, I want this man in charge of our army that is going to be spearheading some of these new conquests. This is truly the height of a new Roman Empire. Okay, so this 3-4 is assigned to Grecia, which is this legion here. So let's go ahead and replace him, and we'll delete this guy. I want to roll another general. These generals are just so ridiculously good. I'm going to do it. I'm going to roll one more. Spend all of my points on this. We get a 5-3-5. And with 4 siege. With 4 siege. Good God, man. What an animal. He just kind of walks up to provinces and he's like, just hand them over. He just has like precision, like GPS guided catapults that like immediately blow up food stores so that people surrender more quickly. All right, so let's see our unrest map mode here, because there's bound to be a lot of unrest now that we've dropped the ball. We messed up. We got 100% overextension. It looks like it's not too bad, really. And we could easily take this army over here. I want to expand, but also we really need tech. Just really, really need tech. And we may have to wait a few episodes to kind of give ourselves time to catch up to that. Because we spent so much on coring things over the course of this campaign. But look at that! We're at 1774 development now. That is insane. That is so insane. We are just so powerful. We're going to live it up with all of our 3-star generals. And we'll start converting all the things. So it seems like we can convert Alexandria and Rosetta and Jerusalem. And those are going to be the big ones, obviously. Okay, we managed to get our overextension under 100% again. This is good. I really want to attack Iraq and just start taking tons of land. I really want to attack Persia and take their land, but we just don't have the admin points. Even our current Basilisa and our future leader are just not going to have what we need. And if we hired a better advisor, he would be 14 ducats a month. That's so much. Oh boy. We have some upset people here in Cyprus. Well, let's just go ahead and quell them by lowering, unrest. We still have so much to turn into, like, actual, usable land, basically. Now we can turn Serbia and like that area into a state as well, and we're absolutely going to do that since it doesn't cost us anything. Well, for the most part, it didn't cost us anything. Some of these provinces did, unfortunately, but now we could turn Albania into a state, but we actually lose money on that deal, so we're just gonna not do that. We could turn Venice. We could turn. I mean, I'm pronouncing the word right. I just felt silly. Okay, so we are currently at a tough part of the campaign because we really need to catch up on tech. We really need to focus on money, and so what we're going to do is we're going to kill fort maintenance, but not troop maintenance. And it's important that we're doing this because we really need our troops to be active to kill all these rebels that we're going to have to deal with fairly soon here. With our 3-star generals, with a 6642. Iones. Let's see, Botaneates. Let's see, Botaneates, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Okay, crazy general. Oh god, 6 fire advantage over. Yeah, wow. We actually lost a surprising number of men there, but geez. Alright, he's gained the battlefield medic trait, which improves our reinforcement speed. Cool. I like these leader traits. I'm glad that they're in Rights of Man. And once the rest of these core, we can start converting them as well. We do have 4 missionaries, so I don't see it as being a problem. All right, we've converted. We can convert Jerusalem and Alexandria now, which means we'll be able to restore the Pentarchy. All good. Venice is still fabricating claims because LOL, I guess. So we are the world's #1 power by far. We have we have double the development of the next big group. Oh, by the way, Ming exploded, so not even a threat. We're just supremely powerful. The only thing that kind of sucks for us is we can't embrace an institution yet because we're too poor. We don't have the money for it, and it hasn't spread fast enough in our own lands. So that sucks. But we're just going to save money. That's all we really can do at this point. But maybe the life of this Basilisa, of Marguerite, in her 6 years before Jonas becomes the king, maybe he will just maybe this will be a life of administration, even though they're not very good at it. Right, Tamiathis now considered a part of our patrimony. Everything's going pretty well. I mean, I'm really happy with where this is going. I really want to attack somebody, though. I feel like we're just wasting our time by sitting here, but we really need to get tech as well. This will be available in May of 1672, so in 4 years, probably a little bit more than that, we'll be able to pick up the next tech. Now, some of our bigger provinces are starting to pick up manufactories as the institution, which is good, because we really need more provinces to adopt this before we can just, you know, wholesale get this. Oh, we get trust your neighbor from our low corruption, which is awesome. Get free stability. Now, we don't really have any manufacturers out here in the middle of nowhere, and we could change that, and that would certainly help improve the spread rate of these. What does Aleppo have in it that's like stopping us from building a Holy cow! Why do we not have a manufactory in this province? Oh, it's because we have a marketplace. Pfft, get rid of that. All right, we're gonna build another trade thing. I know. See, the thing is, my thought is, if we get more manufactories, we'll be effectively cheapening the price, you know, the asking price of the stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, I think. Georg the First of Austria. How we're in second place, I don't know. Maybe we're like behind France somehow or something. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. So I thank you for joining me, my fellow Romans. I am excited to use some of these 3-star generals just to see what they're capable of. And I think it's going to be great just testing some of this out. And as we advance. Now, unfortunately, in the future, it may be a little slower paced because we're not able to annex as much because we've kind of reached a point where we need to actually level up our tech finally. But before I end the episode, let us hire a new advisor. We were going to hire a level 3. Let's see. This is the. Who is this? This is the treasurer. We're going to hire a level 3 treasurer who is going to cost us some money, but he's also going to give us a lot of money from his ability. And more importantly, he'll give us an extra admin point per month, which we really need right now because of our crappy leaders. But anyway, like I said, that's the end of this episode. So thank you for joining me, my fellow Romans, and I'll see you on the next one.